Hey there, this is Hafiz from PTE School, and I'm really sorry that you asked a question on Monday, and today is Thursday. I'm responding you. It was late because our last 4 or 5 days I was busy in some couple of activities, and that's the reason I didn't have enough time to check WhatsApp. However, you requested me to check your skill profile so that I can advise you that what are the areas you have to work and so that you can get your required score. And I'm sure that you're targeting 79, that is IELTS equivalent 8. However, in the recent test, I can see that you got 84 in the reading, 81 in writing, but you missed your score in the speaking. You got 69, you got 73 in the listening. That means in this particular exam, you missed your score in the speaking and listening, and we need to understand what are the reason behind this. So stay tuned so that I can help you, and I'll try to show you what are the areas you have to work so that at the end of the day you can understand and you can plan accordingly and make sure that next time you should not make that kind of mistakes. So moving on, what I'll be doing, I'll be trying to show you your score. So you can see already we have said that you got 69 in speaking and 73 in the listening. So let's jump into your skill profile. So this is your skill profile. If it is the same skill profile on this particular score, now you can see that first we'll be doing a analysis on your speaking sections, that why you missed speaking a score. I'm pretty sure that you are very talented, and the way you perform in this particular exam, you should get 79 in your next exam, but you have to understand what sort of mistakes you are making in speaking. That's the reason you got 69 in speaking. So here, first of all, have a look. Your extended speaking, the whole bar is 90. Out of 90, this score is close to 40. Close to 40. So your score, speaking score, was impacted severely on the fluency of your read aloud. That means the way you have done your read aloud, it was not smoothly spoken. So the issue, maybe you hesitate, it was not natural. You have to understand that how you have to speak naturally. There are a couple of methods you can follow, but definitely you have to focus more on smooth speaking, that is continuation of speaking. The second part is your describe image. The way you have done your describe image, it was not smooth. You might hesitate, or the way you have to make sure that for others, because when you are need to speak, you have to make sure that you are speaking for others. Others are listening to your voice so that they can understand what are the core information you want to convey. So there are a couple of strategies for that one, but you have to make sure that you have to speak naturally with maintaining the intonation and rhythm, and definitely you have to focus more on chunk, because naturally speakers speak chunk by chunk. That is important. So you lost your score for speaking because of not speaking smoothly in the 3 tasks, and those 3 tasks are 40 seconds duration task. Those are read aloud, not repeat sentence, describe image, and retell lectures. You can see that read aloud, it's a 40-second task, describe image is a 40-second task, and retell lecture is a 40-second task. So here the problem is you might speak more than 30 seconds, 35 seconds, even 40 seconds, but it was not smooth spoken. That is the way you have articulated, the way you have expressed, the way you have described the image, the way you have retold the lecture. It was not that much fluent, and that's the reason you lost your score in extended speaking, and it impacted your overall speaking score. That's the reason you got poor score in speaking. As you are targeting 79, so I call it poor score. Now, if you see here, open response speaking and writing, you can find out that this is very important to understand. Open response speaking and writing, so it is linked with your speaking as well. In this particular part, there are 2 things are coming: summarize written text and read aloud. So the way you did read aloud, it was good for reading maybe, but not for speaking, because the fluency was not there. So you have to focus more on the fluency. Now, what is short speaking? Short speaking is purely your repeat sentence performances and answer short question performances. You can see that though you got very poor score in your 40-second task, but still it helped you. This particular task helped you to get 69. Why? Because repeat sentence contribute more than 35 marks in your speaking. So you got very good score from your repeat sentence, but still you can see that there is an area of improvements as well. Now, why you lost your score in your listening? It depends on the content, because you might make spelling mistakes in the listening fill in the blanks, but your short writing was good enough. You can see that your short writing was good enough, that is your write from dictation was good enough. But most of the time when you lost your score in listening, the reason behind this is the content. What does it mean, content? The way you have done your summarized spoken text, the way you have done your Retell lectures, you might miss some of the important contents. That's the reason you didn't get good score in your content. And for better understanding, summarized spoken text contribute 10 marks in listening and writing, more than 10 marks. If you get 2, that means more than 10 marks. But as per the rules, that if you get 0 marks in content, overall score will be 0. So sometimes people are not getting good score in the listening. They don't understand because they're using a particular format or pre-made sentence structures for summarized spoken text. But at the end of the day, the way they actually summarize what a speaker said, that is not going through as per the context. The way speaker said, the core informations was not the same. So that's the reason they lost a score in summarized spoken text. Though they wrote very well, but they will not get any score. Why? As per the filtering, the first thing will be filtered is your form, how many words you have written. That is 50 to 70, and then your content will be checked. If your content is 0, overall score will be 0. Now, I can't actually give you enough suggestions because I didn't see any of your task. If you want, you can share some of your task, and I can check your summarized spoken text. What you can do, you can listen any one particular audio. There are lots of audios on YouTube, and you can write down a 50 to 70 word based summary and share it me on WhatsApp so that I can check and give you the feedback. But most important part is that you have to improve your speaking, the fluency. So first of all, you have to develop your chunking, the way you have to chunk every part of a sentences so that it sounds natural. Second, you have to focus more on the rhythm. Third, you have to focus more on intonation. Fourth, you have to focus more on 4 big no's. No hesitation, no mumbling, no extra delay, and no unnecessary pauses here and there. If you can do it, your speaking will be improved for sure. But one thing is very important, that I have hundreds of students' testimonies that where they got very good score in one attempt, but the next attempt they didn't get good score. So what does it mean? It means that PT doesn't create any benchmark. You got very good score in the reading because your performance in the reading and writing fill in the blanks, your performance in the other task that is linked with reading. But make sure that you have to do the same thing next time. But if you want to get the score 79 for sure, you have to improve your Read Aloud, because Read Aloud contributes a score in the reading as well as speaking, and it contributes 20 to 30 marks. You got writing 81. But again, you have to make sure that the way you got this time right from dictation, you might not face this kind of questions next time. It can be difficult questions. So you have to make sure that which question contribute the maximum marks so that you can improve accordingly. Now, to know more about that how it works, what you can do, you can sit for a Pearson mock test. Pearson mock test. So Pearson has 5 mock tests, A, B, C, D, E. And then it's very important that when you'll be doing Pearson mock test, you have to record that mock test, because if you share the score, no one can actually tell you what actually problem. So if you can record the computer screen, there are so many free tools available. You can record your voice and the computer voice as well, and the computer screen. So you can upload it on Google Drive, and you can send it to someone who is very much expert in giving manual feedback. So if it can be your friend, or it can be your teacher, or anyone who has that particular ability to actually give you that advice that what are the areas you have to improve. Because when we are practicing on different kind of practice portal on online, like for $10 or $20 a month, those portal actually the way it checks your performance, it doesn't reflect the true areas of improvement, what are the areas you have to work, and sometimes it gives you fake score. So it creates a confidence that you are not in that particular situation. So my suggestion will be, before sitting for the next time in PT Academic, focus more on your speaking, that is your 40-second task. Make sure that you are sitting on a Pearson mock test, and then you can sit for the exam. Video will help you to understand how you have to focus more. But my request is that if you have time, do a Pearson mock test. And if you want, you can also share the Google Drive link with me. I can check and give you the feedback so that you can understand what are the areas you need to work. Otherwise, just focus more on your 40-second task, that is Read Aloud, Describe Image, and Retell Lectures, and mostly the smooth delivery, the natural delivery. Focus more on clarity, focus more on how you can make sure that your articulation is getting improved. Thank you very much, friend, and thanks for sending a message.